Hi guys, welcome to my safe space. I am Lwazie'sSpace. So this is a space where we keep everything real and where we are as authentic as possible. Alright, so today I'm gonna speak about polycystic, what it is about, the whole stigma around it. I just feel like most people don't really understand what it is. And I can actually use this platform to speak about my experience with it. So how I actually came up about knowing that I do have it was last year in 2022. This is how it actually all began. Okay, so I'm at work. I noticed that, man, I don't know whether it was the pressure of actually working where I was actually working at a call center. So the environment is really, it can be really full of pressure, and you work based on schedules. You do work with a lot of people, different emotions, egos, you know what I'm trying to say, right? So, okay, what I noticed was at first I was diagnosed with depression and anxiety. Okay, I got to understand that. I went for therapy, did not attend the full duration. I was like, hey, you know what? First of all, money. I did have medical aid, but it did not cover. So it was out of my pocket. And I was like, you know what? This has got to wait for now. Let me just try and concentrate on other things. The only thing I was doing was I did go for checkups, definitely. I did take medication because they actually prescribed medication. I was given medication, so I started with what was it? It's actually a herbal medication. I forgot the name, but they started me on antidepressants that actually, oh no, I was given really calm at first, and they actually said you can buy it at Clicks. It does really help. Okay, started really calm, drank it because I didn't understand. My heart would just start racing. I would have just this adrenaline. I don't know exactly, am I going to see something, what's happening. I would have my heart beating, pounding like it's gonna come out. And then after that I felt so weak. After feeling weak, I feel hot. I just had hot flashes. You could swear that I'm reaching menopause. I tell you, it was crazy. But okay, I took the really calm. I saw that okay, this is not working. I started upping my dose. I took two really calm. I see that okay, this thing is not working. I go to the doctor. I see a GP. From the GP, I go to the psychologist. From the psychologist, where did I go? But it was a doctor that actually um suggested that I start medication. They've said that I had a severe depression and anxiety. They've explained everything for me. They helped me with breathing techniques, how to actually open up when you are feeling a type of way. Okay, fine. I go through that. I buy medication because my um, medical aid did not cover that. It was something that I had to go. However, I did get prescriptions. It's just that I had to buy them from Clicks. So I thought that was actually way better than me having to go for therapy sessions and also buy medication on top of that. Now I'm funding myself at this moment, and it's not in the budget, the therapy. So I was like, okay, fine. I went for one session, I think, and that helped me a lot because I felt like a weight was lifted out of my shoulders. Honestly, The moment I got to that room, I started offloading like nobody's business. But it actually helped me. It actually made me realize what I had, because at that point I thought, okay, you know what, I am going crazy. And when I spoke to that Dr. Shim, her name was Dr. Lisa, she was very nice. She actually made me understand that, oh, so many people are going through this. It's not madness, it's a sickness that needs you to understand your body, communicate with yourself, like know when, okay, now this is starting, this is what I do, this is what I tell myself. Sorry about the noise, guys. This is what I tell myself, and this is how I actually try to cope. Okay, I deal with that. I try. Okay, fine. Medication was very tough to um get used to. At first, the first 2 weeks, I used to get so dizzy. I felt drunk. Mind you, I'm at work, and what I do is assist other agents at the call center. So I need to be standing half the time. I remember this other time. So you do remember that we've just passed the COVID times. So every workstation was separated by these there were cubicles. I remember walking and actually holding into cubicles because I felt like, okay, you know what? If you don't hold on to something, girl, you are going to fall. And you're gonna have to deal with it, because here, you know, we have brutal people and we have the sweethearts. So, you know, okay, fine. I get through that. I get used to medication. I take them. I go back. They changed them because I had then told them this is what's happening. You know what happened was, my stomach used to get bloated, but I used to get so hungry. I got hungry like nobody's business. I feel like, you know what, I felt like I'm a pregnant woman because I used to crave like nobody's business. Right now, I'll be craving for a muffin. I eat the muffin, and then after like 20 or 30 minutes, I feel like I am so low on energy that I would need to have like juice or aquele. That's what I used to take all the time. Aquele to boost myself. That's what I used to say. I need some sugar rush. And that's what I used to do, to drink a lot. Not knowing that there is a sickness behind this whole drama. Okay, fine. It goes on. I go to the doctor again. He checks with my medication, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm still taking them. However, this is what I'm noticing, they changed the medication. I was very happy and thrilled. Okay, went I'm drinking this time. I was taking 100 grams. However, they told me to break it because with medication my body reacts really quickly. I have a very low tolerance of anything medical or whatnot. So okay, fine. I used to break them every morning and have them break them. So technically I was taking 50 grams. Break them, have it. And you know, with that, I got so attached to that medication that in the days where I was out of, I felt like the world is just gonna end. It you don't know the feeling. This thing is the most hardest thing that someone can actually go through. And what I had noticed is that having to deal with something internally and be a totally different person outside, it messes with you emotionally, psychologically, spiritually. It is just a mess, guys. Please be more lenient to people who are suffering from depression and anxiety. I'm not saying baby them, but you. Hi. So fast forward. I'm dealing with this, mind you. I am working, and I excuse me. I told myself, you know what? I'm not gonna actually quit because of this. I'm gonna get up and I'm going to just express myself. I'm gonna tell my boss this is what I'm going through. It actually helped me because that man was very understanding. I was like, listen, this is what I'm going through. I am going to work because I cannot quit. I need the money. However, I'm going to tell you on the days that I cannot. I'm going to tell you on the days that I need to see a doctor. Please do understand. And the guy was very cool. And this time around, it was actually way better because I had been promoted a bit, you know. So I was out of the dialer. I didn't have to communicate with customers on a daily basis. I just had to communicate with them on issues that are more advanced than the others, you know. So I had clients that I built a relationship with. So it was okay for me to just say, can I call you on this day? And then that's what we're going to schedule. And it was better for me because I knew it's okay. If this week I'm going to need to go to the doctor, then it would mean on this day, I'm not going to set up any appointments to speak with the customers. So that's what I did. And it actually worked okay with me because I was then understanding and I was really transparent because that's what I was told by my therapist. She was like, you know what, just be transparent. Tell the person that you are with or the person that's on your circle that this is what I'm going through. I have 1, 2, and 3. The reason why I'm telling you, it's not for me to look weak. It's just for you to understand what I am going through going forward. I am going to be working because that's what I told myself. I'm not going to quit my job. That I won't do. How am I going to find medication? How am I going, like, you know? But I am going to be more nice to myself, more lenient, be more forgiving, and understand. So I had like a buddy, which helps a lot. I had a buddy that I used to complain about everything to. When I'm feeling a type of way, shame that poor girl. I used to go to her every day and be like, you know what, today, hey my friend, I'm feeling this and this and that, and we'd laugh about it. She made it really easy, even though she actually didn't understand what the heck was going on, because we used to assume a lot of things. Like they are well, in my culture, we call them Sangoma healers and Sangomas and all that. Before they go to the journey, they go through things that are similar. So she always used to be like, hey, you have a calling, you know, and we laugh about it, and I'll be like, what the hell, you know. So it's something that she thought. She was like, you know, let me come up with other ways. You know, this is what you can do. Mix this and this. Maybe this thing is gonna end. Stop being a coconut about it, you know. She was just trying to help him. But okay, fast forward. I start sporting at work. Mind you, I'm taking my medication. I'm doing all that. I start to sport. Okay, I'm asking myself, why am I sporting? Because number one, it's not my date. Number two, it's ovulation. Why? Like, you know, I'm not taking any contraceptives. At that time, I don't think I was active, so I wasn't really worried about the, you know, um a surprise bun in the oven, so I wasn't worried about that. But I actually was worried that what if something is wrong, what if it's something more complex than I thought, is my body maybe reacting in a way based on this medication, because that was just in my mind. Okay, I then I stayed for like a week, and I noticed that it was just on and off, on and off. I then decided after like 2 weeks, I went to the doctor again without any scheduled appointment because I felt like, okay, this is an emergency. Let me just go. I go. Hi. After going there, the doctor does tell me it's okay. I think you're gonna have to try and reduce your weight and watch what you are eating. It might be because of that. However, I can say go and have a scan. A scan is going to help you. Forgive me, I don't know the medical terms, so I'm just gonna, yeah, please read between the lines, guys. She said you're gonna have to go for an abdominal scan, I think it was. And I was like, okay, cool, I'm gonna have to do that. And she said pap smear is also advisable, that you should go and actually check. It could be something wrong. However, there's nothing she can subscribe at that time. So I was just supposed to first go see a scan. I scheduled an appointment for that. So she asked me about my dosage, and I said that I did not up anything. Mind you, I was just so I was scared, because I was like, why am I bleeding? And why is it not a constant thing? Like, it became a regular thing in such a way that it's like you go on your periods in the morning, afternoon you are totally fine, the next day nothing comes, evening you are on your periods. It was so crazy. It used to change like nobody's business. It started going from the 14 days, which was the 2 weeks I'd said. It went to the third week, fourth week, and I was like, okay, I need to get to month end so that I have the money and go for the scan. Got paid. First thing, I went, booked an appointment, went to the scan, and I'm like, okay, here we go. Am I going to be one of those I didn't know I was pregnant ladies? Blessed. What the hell is going on? I wanted to know so badly. Okay, I wait. And then the doctor's like, okay, you're gonna have to drink water. I drank the water, and they're like, no, drink more. They bring a huge jug, and they're like, drink some more. Hey, up until you want to go to the loo, up until you're full. I'm like, hey, bro, I drink the water. And when I'm looking at my ride, there's a couple all lovey-dovey and all cute. Yeah, I am sitting alone. I'm like, hey, what if, my anxiety is kicking in now, and it's like, yo, Jesus, how am I going to do it? I watch on my left eyeball. People are here with their partners. What am I doing here? Mind you, it's my first time going for any of those type of scans. I've never been to a pap smear. I've never been to, anything that hectic. For me, it's just a GP and then going home. I wait. I drink water and I tell the lady, I'm done. And then she's like, do you feel like going to the loo? I said, no. And the people that I'm chilling with here are walking up and down. They want to go to the loo so badly, And I'm like, hey, I don't know where this jug is going to. Because honestly, that time, mind you, my stomach was really bloated. I had gained so much weight, guys. Like, if I can show you, still, like, on my tummy is quite big, but I'm able to dress accordingly. I know how to, the styles, how to dress for my body type. So it helps me a lot. I cover. When I got there, I'm like, okay, now I do see that clearly there's a problem. I just had a jar full of water. I do not want to go to the toilet. I don't even feel like going to the toilet. Instead, I'm even thirsty again. Hey, bro. Hi. Okay, fine. I wait. And then this lady is like, right now, the doctor is seeing one more lady. After that, it's gonna be you. So I need you to start walking, because we cannot let you go in for your scan if you do not feel like going to the toilet. We need the water to be here. And I'm like, yeah, when I'm in here, I'm in the abdomen, guys. So I walk up and down. I'm not doing what the ladies are doing. The only difference is that I don't feel anything. I walk up and down, up and down, up and until I feel like, okay, here, it's starting to blow. I feel like I need to go to the loo, and the water is actually coming down. I think it was because I was sitting. I go inside, and then the doctor's like asking me, do you feel like going to the loo? I'm like, yes. And she said, don't worry, it's gonna be quick. And then she asks, how are you doing? Like, what have you been noticing? Wada wada wada. And I'm like, yeah, no. She asked, have you ever had a kid before? And I'm like, nope, I haven't. She's like, lie on the bed, love. I lie on the bed. I want to know. I don't, when someone's like, how are you doing? And you're like, yeah, I'm fine now, I'm good. Because you want to rush to the thing. Like, I want to know what the heck is happening. Okay. Hi. I chill in the bed. Okay, she checks. And she's like, okay, well, she says, your womb is fine. Nothing is wrong here, but there's something. And I'm like, my heart starts skipping. I'm like, yeah, what do I have? And she's like, so you have your uterus, what is it? The eggs, the ovaries, yes. She says the ovaries are swollen, love. And I'm like, okay, what does this mean? She says the reason why this is happening is because the ovaries are swollen, and she talks about something that has to do with glucose. I'm not sure what it is, but she does say that this is the reason why you are sporting, and it has to do with your hormones. You have a hormonal imbalance at this moment. She asks me, okay, do you feel like having something really sweet at times? And I'm like, yes. She's like, do you crave for like bread or biscuits or something? And I'm like, yeah, I do have that. And she's like, you do get emotional. How's your emotion? And I'm like, if only you knew, love. It's up and down, and I feel hot, cold. I just have all sorts of emotions, sensations as well, cravings. I'm hungry now. Sometimes when I'm hungry, my tummy burns. It's like I haven't eaten for days, and then after eating I would feel so terrible after that. I'm like, okay, what the hell? She explains the whole thing in scientific terms, and then she tells me what's gonna help to actually stop the whole thing. Okay, and I get up from that. I'm so confused at this moment because I'm like, okay, I have swollen ovaries. What could cause that? Because I don't remember taking anything or taking any contraceptives that might mess up with those type of areas, because that's what I know, and that's what I've been told before. That's okay. Try not to buy those washes and all the medication that are supposed to do magic down there, so that you don't get any infections, any complications. I've tried to avoid that as much as possible, but I was confused as to what's happening. And then she explains, and she gives me the scans, the photos. I go back to my doctor, and my doctor's like, okay, so this would mean you have this. The only thing that can help right now, have you seen that you have been gaining weight here down below? And I'm like, yeah. And she says, try to exercise as much as possible. Also continue with taking your medication, because as you said, your emotions, sometimes you're on a high, sometimes you're on a low, depending on the day. Sorry guys about that dog. He just barks whenever he wants to. Okay, so okay, see now, this dog. All right, so after that, what happens? They couldn't give me medication at that time. She said that let me just try to lose as much as possible. It does help when you lose weight. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna try to lose weight and see how it goes. And then she says, if in a month time, or you do not lose weight, then it would mean that we need to actually try contraceptives for you, because we do not want the spotting. She says that it means the eggs are not fully formed, something like that. Your body just decides to go on your periods whenever. I don't know, something about ovulation. I do not want to confuse you guys, but yeah, if you have a similar problem, please do go to the doctor as soon as possible, because it does mess with you a lot. Hi, I go, and then I try to lose weight. Mind you, I'm still working. And when it comes to eating habits, what I had tried was, now I used to cook at night before work and actually take that as lunch to avoid me eating takeaways. That helped, because normally when I'm making a supper or dinner, I will try to have something healthy there, and plus I would get that motivation because I'm going to work, so let me just prepare something that's going to make me full for a longer period of time, and that would have nutrients. So that's what I tried, and that was my only way of actually, guys, trying to lose weight, because I was not going to get up in the morning and go for gym. Mind you, I don't have that extra cash for gym. I need to have a car that's going to take me, an Uber to gym, come back, and then exercise, and then cook, go to work. It was going to be too much. Mind you, I need to be at work at 9. So I was like, you know what? Let me not stress myself even more. I just got used to the anxiety and depression medication. Now let me try my best for the spotting to stop. So I thought it's my eating habits that are causing me to swell, but I did not know about the imbalance hormones. Okay, fine. I try that. I drink more water. I actually bought that warm bottle thing that you put water and you keep here on your back. That's what I had bought, because I thought, okay, maybe, when you try to now nurse yourself, that's what I was doing. Bought that. Okay, fine. Continued with life. I drink a lot of water to try and shred as much toxins and bad stuff as possible. Okay, I started drinking water. I actually saw some improvement. With the spotting, it was more light, but it did not go, which stressed me again, because I'm like, okay, I'm gonna spot the whole time, the whole duration. If I go on my periods on the 1st, I'll be done on the 5th. Then I start sporting up until the 1st for my periods again, because I could see the difference. When it's the period days, the flow is heavy. When it's not, I'm sporting. I tried to actually Google this, and I saw that many people were complaining about PCOS, saying that they don't go on their periods or their periods are irregular. For me, it was a matter of going on the periods or missing it completely the whole month, and then the following I would go almost the whole month. So it was very inconsistent, and it was happening often. It was making me really uncomfortable. Okay, so I go back to the doctor and I'm like, you know what, this is not working, da 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 da. He then changes the whole medication. First of all, he changed my depression and anxiety medication. He gave me Clift. I'm just trying to see if I can get it. He did not up my dose though. I got Clift, and I started the pill, which is I forgot the name. He changed me on that as well, because when I started contraceptives, when I was on the pill, I had noticed that, yes, I did not go on my periods. I just went once a month, but when it was time, the period pains and the flow was very heavy. It wasn't as a normal like person should, because the way I had explained it to the doctor, he was like, okay, that's too much, we had to try again. I'm now on the Yasmin. The Yasmin has been treating me well. I'm not gonna lie. When it comes to appetite, I can control my appetite. I do have days where I crave for stuff, but it's not as bad as it was before. With my cliff as well, I do have it. What I had noticed was I don't take them at the same time. I need to actually separate the times. If I take Yaz in the morning, then the cliff will definitely be in the evening, so that I give them enough time. Because once I take them together, because I tried that. Normally, I used to take the Clift in the morning before work. I used to take my depression and anxiety pill. Now I had the yes, because I don't have the time. The morning was more, what do you say? It was more ideal for me. So I tried to take the two. I couldn't even do anything. I was barely at work. I couldn't concentrate. My concentration was just a -1. It was really bad. I was feeling sleepy, feeling really drowsy and down, and all sort of things. And I used to feel very nauseous. I didn't understand why, but it was because I used to mix the medication. I also took vitamins, so it was just too much all at once. It was a concussion for. It was a disastrous concussion. So again, I changed it. I now take the Clift at night, and I take Yasmin in the morning. When it comes to the vitamins, I take them anytime. I'm now okay. I do believe I'm actually getting better. What actually helped me as well was to quit my job. I had to sit down and actually think about it, and I had came up with the decision of actually quitting the job altogether. For me, it wasn't working anymore. Maybe other people it would. I wouldn't encourage anyone who's suffering from depression and anxiety to stop or quit the job. But if it's too much for you and it's at a point where instead of it helping you getting better, you are getting worse because of it, then it's not worth it, because you need yourself at the end of the day. So that's my reason for quitting. I just said, you know what? I cannot take it any further anymore. I used to cry at work, guys, like you. It was bad. I used to cry. If it's not the toilet, I go to the parking lot and I cried. I had to deal with a lot of egos at work. People. You know, when you yourself are trying to be at peace within you, emotionally, physically, you are dealing with so many challenges, and then having to also understand other people's challenges, egos, um negativities. You are there every day, and every day you go through certain things. There comes a time where it's all here, and the only thing is either you rise and leave or drown. I was at a point where I was like, yes, I'm gonna leave. I don't have anyone who's gonna be like, this is what I need, ma. It's not that I'm saying it because I feel fortunate, but I was like, okay, right now I'm at a point where I'm the only one that is depending on me. So it's easier for me to make that decision. I'm not being selfish to anybody, but I'm being selfish about myself. So that's what actually helped me, and I had to quit. So I left. I was like, hey, you know what, I'd rather be broke and at peace, and start on a journey where my body is healing. I am healing spiritually, mentally. I'm at ease. It's going to be easier for this whole thing to be fine. Let me just sort me out and then go back and hustle. But if it doesn't help, then I'll try to venture into other techniques that might help. I also started hypnosis. That helped a lot. I do a lot of hypnosis, guys, because I have insomnia. So with the hypnosis, I sleep like a baby, like this. It's a thing now. But it's really bad because it gets addictive. So I just know Woodsonly, I just need the person to talk to me, and then I'm gone. I wake up in the morning, I'm feeling fresh, I'm feeling fine. There's also music that I listen to, there's also video clips. So it's a lot. It's me investing on myself. I also watch what I eat. Not that I don't treat myself. Yes, I will have some chicken licking, I will have some KFC here and there, debonaires, but it's not as how I used to eat every time. I have small portions of those. I eat healthy more than what I used to. I try to jog now, which is a good thing. So yeah, I've been working on myself a lot lately, and I'm just happy with the outcomes, man. I'm happy with the decision I've made. Yes, I am suffering financially because wow, but emotionally and spiritually, you know, there's just that peace. It's a tar road. Financially, I'm on the rocky hills, gravel, but emotionally, peace. I'm at peace, guys. Maybe I just told myself maybe where I was working, it wasn't made for the type of person that I am. By saying that, I don't mean to be nasty, but I mean, I'm a very emotional person, as I've said. I'm such a cushion, guys. I absorb as well. So every toxic things I will absorb, I will overthink. Every insult that's given, like thrown at me, I'm gonna be like, why did you start saying that? What did I do to you so much that what did I hurt you, or how did I hurt you? Like, what has made you say that? I don't even know how to phrase it because I used to get so stunned. But yeah, I've healed. I'm fine, guys. I'm good. So for anyone who's out there and is suffering from the illnesses that I've said, whether it's PCOS, whether it's abdominal pains, please do go and have it checked out. It's best to invest in yourself than to be like, okay, I'll get over it, wada wada. I said, you know what, I am going to spend every last cent on myself. If it means me taking whatever, even a loan for my body, that's what I'm going to do, because hey, you live once. Thank you very much. So and I was like, you know what, if it's 1,000, I'm gonna pay it because it's for my body. How am I going to be the rich auntie that I want to be one day if I cannot take care of myself now, and if I don't learn to be selfish with me? So that's what I've done, and it has paid out for me. Yes, financially I'm suffering, as I said. Brace yourself if you are choosing this journey of healing yourself and distancing just so that you can be zen first, then go out there and hustle. I think you need to know, yes, you're gonna suffer financially, but it's gonna help you a lot. And do plan yourself before you do that. I did start having a couple of thousands. Trust me, guys. Hey, now there's not even one. Yeah, but I enjoyed myself. There were days where I felt like, you know what, this is what I wish to have, and I could give that to myself because I felt like I was in a grieving period. There were times where I felt like, you know what, let me just eat what I'm craving. This body, I ate, I did everything. When I felt like crying, I cried. When I felt like not waking up, I did not get up. I just did what my body wanted at that time. I kicked everything out. I dealt with every emotion, and that helped me. I'm now starting to be okay. And I'm now realizing that with me, if I'm angry, I'm not going to hold it back and be like, I'm going to deal with it alone at night. That, oh, at that time, I wish I'd said, back to you. Now, my love, I'm not a bigger person at all. Now, if you are going to, if you are going to say anything that will insult me, I'm going to make sure that it's known, Guta. I'm not comfortable with that. It's not going to be nice. It's not going to be rosy. Hell no. I'm going to make it known, and I'm going to make sure that you do stop, because we are not comfortable with it. You know, that's what I learned, Tuti. You must just face something that's hurting you or that's demeaning you right there and there, because that's where this whole thing starts. It's you not being able to stand up for yourself, and all the nasty things that I said about you constantly ring in your head. How annoying is that, having to deal with words that were said by someone who has even forgotten, who sleeps snoring at night, forgetting that they've said something to you that is nasty, and here you are, you can't sleep, having insomnia because those words are ringing in your head and you're about to go insane. So I was like, you know what, I'm not going to let it go on now. It's just a matter of me speaking about it and moving on. And I opened this channel to actually help me. It's like I have diary sessions. It's like I have friends that are on the other side. You know, when you have that somebody. Right now, I do have friends, but they are not people that I see as often. So here, it actually gives me the time to get here, speak to somebody as I'm speaking now to my phone. I am speaking to you out there, a friend in my head. So yeah, it has helped me a lot. I am very happy. I am now going back to doing my face and enjoying it. I now see features that I admire about myself, which is really nice. Yeah, and that's how I think it should be. Instead of me stressing, instead of me trying so hard to be in my shell and to dim my light because I don't want to be scrutinized, I don't want to be seen, I don't want to be, you know what, right now, hey, scroll that. If you know what, I'm just at a point where I'm like, hey, as in, let it be. All I know is I'm going to stand up for myself. I am going to voice what I'm going through. I am going to also overpower the negative voice that would be constantly on yourself, because when you have depression and anxiety, there is that constant voice that is there. And trust me, if you listen to it, someone can get can walk in one day, you are hanging from the roof, the way it gets at times. So if you try to invest more time on you, you heal more, and this voice gets softer and softer and softer. So thank you for tuning in. This was such an amazing session. I think I have to do this even often. Have a lovely day, my lovies. Bye.